Hello and welcome to the third episode of Nintendo Podcast System with me, Matthew Gibson and Gawny. And joining us is... Hold on, I forgot your name, sorry. Sam and Jason.
That's right.
Wow.
Hi.
Professional right here.
Professional starting podcast.
Yeah. So of course, as I said, Sam and Jason have kindly joined us, so how about you two introduce yourselves?
Sam, you can go first.
Oh, cheers. Put me out to it. Right. Yep, Sam, I am part of the Street Pass Southampton group. If you ever want to find me, I'm on Twitter, samspade_UK. About it.
I think so.
Okay.
Cover the bases.
And I am Jay, also known as Only Baloney. I'm also from the Southampton group. And you can find me at Twitter with @OnlyBaloney, or on Facebook. You can just put down Only Baloney on that, and you'll find me on that somewhere.
I have a question for you two. Did you listen to like the live Street Pass UK podcast on Twitch? Cause I remember Oni did both of them, and that's how
I've
I
done
met
a couple, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I met Gawny, and that's how this podcast started.
Yeah, that's
Because I was.
I'm
really
usually just the quiet one. I sit back and just watch and listen, and then make snide remarks afterwards in our Facebook group.
I just spam up the chat because no one else is talking.
I said Mark Evans for Smash DLC that one time.
Mark Evans.
Yeah, we'll get into that later. So let's move on to the news section. So this is the news section where we, of course, discuss latest news, and I think the biggest one in the past 2 weeks was Zelda is delayed.
It's delayed.
Yeah, but hopefully for the better.
Yeah, I think it will be for the better.
I just want to know more info about the game, if anything, and I don't think I'm going to get it. Even at E3, I don't think they're going to share anything.
Yeah. Well, they said it wouldn't be at E3, but I feel like, no, because they sort of did this with Smash Bros. As well. They said, before E3 2013, they said, oh, we'll just be showing screenshots of Smash Bros., but they actually ended up showing us trailers and stuff. Yeah, so I think we could still see a trailer, or at least some new info on the game, but I don't think it'll be playable.
E3 was massive for Nintendo last year, so it'd be a bit silly not to show Zelda off this year.
Or at least just like an update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I just hope they can, keep this year going then, because Zelda, was supposed to be this year's pretty much big game.
Yeah, like there's always a big
honest.
game. Like last year was Smash Bros. The year before Mario 3D World. And so on. I think it could be either Star Fox, because we know Mario Maker is coming in September.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
So I think Star Fox may be delayed just a bit.
Well, they did say Star Fox is coming out this year.
Yeah,
but that was
like
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Things change.
So I think that could just be put back a little bit until I think it would be November 27th.
You might find that'll get an earlier push because of Zelda being delayed. That's the only thing I can really think of. But
yeah,
late Christmas sort of time anyway.
Yeah, unless something it was shown off at E3.
Do you know if this new Star Fox is a brand new Star Fox game, or is it just going to be a reboot?
Well, nothing's been announced really, other than that slight preview of a blurry game. That's pretty much it so far.
I think
I would have thought it'd be something new. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't be a big thing, Because
it would be stupid, really, not to do something new and just keep going back
I don't
to
know.
the old stuff.
Yeah, but look at Majora's Mask. That was big, and that's just a reboot.
Yeah, but even
They've
then, it was still like it wasn't because Miyamoto was working on it. So if you're having this much about it, then Because if it was going to be a remake or a reboot, they would have announced that was going to be a remake, wouldn't they?
Mm.
True.
Possibly.
So I think this is going to be a new one.
I hope so. I
Fingers
can't
crossed.
I do like Star Fox a lot.
I wasn't a big Star Fox fan, to be honest. I didn't really own many of their games. I've only played it once from a virtual console, which was the N64 one.
Well, I've got the Lilac Wars 3D one for 3DS. So if you want to borrow it, Chase, you can play that. There you go.
Thank you, Jack.
Experience the proper game.
I thought the N64 one was a proper game.
Anyway, good.
Yeah, any other news you would like? I'm looking up Nintendo Life to see what else.
Well, the only other thing that we've been playing this week, which is involved sort of news, is the Pokemon game. The new
Pokemon Rumble. Worlds.
That's good. We'll probably cover that in our direct and possibly.
Yeah, it is covered under that.
Without
It's
Pokemon.
too
What?
early. It's too early.
Too early. I want to jump in and shout out about it.
I don't.
Do it.
With Pokemon Shuffle as well, because we've been playing loads of that.
Okay then, Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Well, let's just get into our next section. So this is what we've been playing. I think Sam should go first because I just heard him talking about Monster Hunter, I think.
Oh, god damn it!
I literally just came on and it's like, oh shit, we should be quiet now, sort of thing.
Oh, sorry. My
Oh
fault.
no, it's alright, just like, go ahead. Were you playing Monster Hunter or?
Yeah, I've been playing so many games. I've got a list as long as my arm, but I'd probably say Monster Hunter is at the forefront of, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which is basically like a, how could you describe it? Like an MMO, like you online, but you can also do like a solo part, and you go out and you hunt monsters and gather items and craft armor. It's a brilliant game because I played the one on the Wii U, which was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which was good, but I think it sort of becomes a bit boring unless you have the online part as well, because then you can go and play with other people and go like quests together, which really sort of opens up the whole experience.
So I've played a demo of the number 3, but I haven't played the latest one yet.
It's good because they've involved, they've taken old sections from the other games and like monsters as well and put that into the new version, which is it's just brilliant for people who return to the game, and it just gives it a bit more depth as well.
Have you had a chance to play it multiplayer yet on there? Or?
Not yet. I'm I'm not very far and I'm not very strong, and my armor is just rubbishy sort of stuff.
Okay.
I need to gather more stuff to make better armor. Sometimes when you go and like you kill the monster and you carve the like materials, you don't always get the like really rare ones that you need to make the armor, and it's kind of like it's a little bit of a grind, but it's worth it because then you sort of feel that achievement of like having that armor. It's brilliant.
So hunting for the specific materials from specific monsters and
yeah, and sometimes you have to like just go on specific missions to get those monsters, and it's good. It's a really good game. I'd definitely recommend it.
Cool. Any other games?
Problem is, Jack has zero patience, so
yeah, this is true.
He'll get bored before he even finds the monster.
The impatient
very
people out
true.
there, it's not the game for you. But
It
if
is
you've
a very
got
endurance type game.
Yeah.
If you like to be able to complete like sets of armor and things like that, it's definitely the game for you. I've watched Mortimer on YouTube, and she gives some good sort of guides and things as well. She's very good to watch, so it's definitely worth a look. And then the other, obviously we're probably going to cover this later, but Pokemon Rumble Worlds I've been playing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if I played, let me think, I played one of the other ones, and that was a bit. There wasn't much storyline to it. Whereas this one is a bit more fun.
I played the Rumble Wii U version one, and I wasn't that impressed with it, to be honest.
I think I played the one before that on the Wii, and it was just battling in little arenas. But this one's, it kind of takes a bit more, was like the story and then the Street Pass modes as well. Which
It's just sort of like the one that was released years ago. sort of way. I think it was either Super Pokemon Rumble or Pokemon Rumble Blast, one or the
There's
other.
there's been 4 games in the series. Well, this one being
it's the
the 4th,
second one.
but it's good though. I enjoy it, and I think the Street Pass bit just makes it a bit more interesting.
Cool. Any other games, or is that it?
Oh, I'll let somebody else talk now because I think I'll cover all the games otherwise.
Go on, Jay.
I've been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3D,
Alright.
and I have to say it's a lot better than what I expected.
Yeah.
I seriously thought that when I got the game, I really wanted to get into a new franchise. And since this one was like screaming out at me because everyone was like, oh, this game's going to be awesome and stuff because they've played the Wii version and such. I didn't get to play the Wii version because it's one of these games where it became really rare. So
Yeah.
unless if you're willing to spend an arm and a leg on it, then you've got no chance. And I thought I was going to get the game and I'd be spending about 10 minutes on it and then I get bored and never touch it again. Complete opposite. I am absolutely obsessed with the game. I've clocked in a good, probably a nearly day's worth of hours on it actually.
Already?
Weirdly.
Nice.
I try and play it any time I can between other games.
Cool.
And basically what it is, it's a huge RPG game where it's very hard to try and compare it to other games because of it's got a unique battle system in it.
Uh-huh.
But the world in it is very like huge. It's a very open world game. You can see over miles in the distance, and you know, if there's a town there, you'll see it. And it's basically one of these games where if you can see it, there's a very high chance you can even get to it. It's that open world, and that's what I really like about it because you've got that huge exploration of the game.
You've been playing it on the new 3DS as well, haven't you, Jace? So does it feel different? Is it any better playing it on there, or because you need it for that game, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the game it will only run on the new one, which I can understand. Which I can actually understand actually because there are parts in it which, yeah, it's a really big game and there is actually a lot going on. I'd say there's probably 2 faults I can put on the game. Not really major faults, but kind of faults which could alter the way you feel about the game, or could like throw you off the game because when I say when there's so much going on, there's so much on the screen going on. Sometimes it gets a little bit too cluttered because the screen is because of the screen size, which obviously you can't help because it's on a 3DS. But that's one fault. Is just because it's on a small screen, they try and fit everything in, and sometimes it's just a huge cluster. You can't see what's going on. The second fault I'd put onto it would be while you were in battle, your characters you got in your party, because you go into battle with up to 4 different characters. Okay. So it's kind of like Final Fantasy, but without the turn-based mechanics.
Oh, okay.
And you can control one person of one of those 4 people.
Oh, right, okay.
And you can use them to attack. And basically what you have to do is... so
the computer...
It involves...
Sorry. The computer controls all the other characters then? Or do you... Yeah, okay.
Or you can even tell them what to do if you need to. Many fights will require you to use certain tactics. Each character has their own abilities, and sometimes you have to use certain abilities in the right order to deal massive amount of damage. Otherwise, the fight is going to go on longer than it needs to be. But
cool.
It's I don't know. It is very new game.
Would you recommend it for other people to play?
If you're into RPGs, highly recommend.
Yeah.
Because I say this is the benchmark of the game, of RPG games for 3DS.
Cool.
Right.
Have you played anything else?
apart from Shuffle. And
ones we're going to mention later, yeah?
yeah.
Fair enough.
Gawny, you want to go next?
I'll go next if you want me to go next, because
I would like you to go next.
you like me to
Yes.
go next. Okay, so because we've got loads of free games on the website for Nintendo, I downloaded Super Mario World and A Link to the Past this week, so I've been playing lots of that. I've also been playing like Pokemon Shuffle and things on the 3DS. But there's also one game which I tried this week, and I actually found it really interesting. It was the Wonderful 101.
Oh, yeah, I like that game. It's good.
I tried that.
Yeah, it's good. It's sort of like a Pikmin-esque like game where you control superheroes, and they've all got different abilities, which you fight enemies against kind of thing, and you go along using the different abilities from the different members of your team. So there's one that shoots people, there's one that's like a hard hitter, and you use all the different abilities to progress through the game. I only had a quick go on it, but really good fun. Really do enjoy that game. It's a lot of people have recommended it to me, and picked it up and gave it a quick go. Worth a look. Definitely worth a look.
Have you played Bayonetta 2?
I've played the demo of Bayonetta.
I've played and finished the second one.
You really liked that game, didn't you, Sam? So it's
Yeah.
I did play the first one as well, so I know the whole story.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm still confused on it. Like, no joke, it's so confusing. I have no idea.
Is it
I
because
love it.
her hair is her like clothes?
No, it's not that like that. I understand. No, it's just like the general.
Really?
I don't know. It's just so confusing. But yeah, when I was playing that, I did notice because they're both platinum. I did realise how similar in sort of gameplay those.
Yeah, they are sort of similar-esque games, I must say. Yeah,
it's Bayonetta's kind of like the Devil May Cry, but like with witches and magic and demons.
You can definitely see the Devil May Cry sort of game aspect in that game, but I think they do improve on it. It's real interesting, but
personally, it's better. I think a lot of Devil May Cry fans will probably shoot me for that, but I like it more than Devil May Cry.
It's personal taste.
Enjoyable.
Just leave it as that.
It's opinion. It's all
Very
opinion.
true.
There is one other
I
game.
saw it as a hack and slash game. Really.
There is
But
one
that's
other
just
game
purely
I've
from
been
playing the demo.
Yeah.
One other game.
There's one other game I've been playing, and that's because it was a special offer in the Direct. So I can't really mention it. So I'm going to carry on, and I'm going to tell you what it is later on.
Alright.
Yeah, keep it all sneaky.
I
Like.
can't remember what game. I think I have a good idea.
It's pretty obvious.
Oh, I've got a special offer game. I managed to get Mayo 64 for about really cheap because I already had it on the Wii.
Jay!
I've been paying. Damn it.
We'll cover it in a bit.
Spoilers!
Of course, you three clearly didn't have the best game that came out in the past 2 weeks. Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Trigger.
Oh, you got it.
Oh god!
I don't know why, but I love this series. I don't know why.
Okay, I'm now just gonna like.
I remember you mentioning this last time.
Yeah, because I don't know why. Because look, I first got into the series like this was the first game. I got on the series from like I was just watching TV and was like, oh, I wonder what this is, and it's like the first anime sort of thing. I was like, oh, it's just football. And then I saw like a special move and I'm like, whoa, this is my type of thing. Then I started to watch like the whole thing and I got the game and I was really hooked on it. And
I think that's kind of the same with any kind of anime or cartoon.
Yeah, I guess
you
so.
sort of like, what the hell's this? And then you start watching and think, either you like it or you don't like it.
I did watch Pokemon before I bought the game. So
I think it's like sort of reason because like, well, not that, but I mean, I'm just not generally good at sports, really. But I really like having fantasy sports, sort of like the Mario games, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm rubbish at real life, so let's pretend we're a
Yeah,
plumber.
and like, I know this is like a bit much, but like, I have seen every episode of the anime, like, and I think Chrono Stone was like my favourite series because it, like, you still kept a lot of characters from the old one, from the original Go, but it sort of expanded on that with like just new ideas that carried on from Go.
Yeah.
And just introduced a lot of characters. Though the voice acting is still shit, I have to say. It's so bad, no joke, because like the first trilogy was like okay, in a way, you know, it was decent. Let's just say, but like Go is just horrible. It really is, and I think that's sort of bearing in mind that I've been used to Japanese voices.
Right.
They actually sound okay.
So these are all English voices.
Yeah, and like the weird thing is that like everybody from the future, whether it's like Faye, who's sort of like the main side protagonist, or if it's like people from Protocol Omega, you know, they all sound American.
Okay.
It's so weird. I don't know why. I don't have a problem. It's just weird. I don't know. But yeah, in terms of the game itself, you know, I'm trying to complete it to do a review on it.
Okay.
But it is a lot of fun. Yeah.
What is it you actually do in that game? Because I've never even played it, so I don't even know.
Basically, as I said, it's all like football meets.
I know
like,
it's all football basis, but yeah.
So what you do is that you control a team of 11, of course, and like 5 subs, and you basically just use the special moves, which would be either shots, like fire tornado or something like that.
So it's like an RPG football sort of basis.
Yeah, like that's all the best way of using it. And you use special moves, and then you could also use dribbling moves, blocking moves, and then you've got goalkeeper moves as well.
I might have to have a look at this.
It is fun. Like, I find it's from the same guys who do Professor Layton level 5.
Yeah, I remember you saying last episode. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the same people that do Fantasy Life as well.
Oh, yeah, Jay picked that up, Fantasy Life. He said he really enjoyed that. So it's
I need to get back into that.
Yeah, it is very different from Fantasy Life is what I could say. But yeah, it's just very fun game in Zoom 11. Then in the Go trilogy, which is, and this the second one in the second trilogy, of course, you could use avatars, which are like it's really powerful, but I found them a bit too much in the first Go game, which is, you know, I could just use them and then, you know, that's it. Then
are they like your super strikers or something, like your
sort
Japanese
of.
Wayne Rooney's and stuff like that?
Wow.
Yeah, and then like, in the new one, you do avatar armed or like fighting. Well, they're fighting spirits, I should say. I'm just used to Japanese terms. So like, you could armor fight your fighting spirit. This makes you more powerful, and then you could choose all of the current moves. But it's a bit more tactical because when you do armor fight, you gain more FP, which is sort of stamina.
Okay.
So there's tactics to that, and then there's also mix and match as well, where you get people's auras, and then that opens you up to a couple of more moves and very vastly increased stats. I mean,
okay.
Yeah. So and then that runs out, and then that gets cancelled if you've run out of stamina.
It does sound interesting. I think you have sold it to me. So
yeah, and that's
let's have a look.
Yeah, and then Mix and Max is the basis of the game because you need to find the ultimate 11.
Ooh.
But yeah, I know what happens story-wise, so it's a bit more boring. But then again, it's more exciting because it's English voice actors. So
yeah, so you can actually understand it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's mine. I've probably killed everyone out for them now.
No, you're right.
I was actually wanting to relate to something about the English voices.
Oh, alright.
I don't know if you have actually watched any trailers of Xenoblade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I know
if
where
you
you're
want to
coming
play
with this,
Xenoblade, you really have to get used to the voices in that game.
No, but I've seen the trailers and I actually found
It's
the show
funny.
because I play with Smash and but there's a fine line in a way, if you know what I mean. Because if you hear Aaron's voice, if you hear Aaron, is, of course, is like the main protagonist of the Go games. Like, if you hear his Japanese voice, it's still like high pitched, and you can sort of tell that it's like female voice, but it still fits, But if you listen to the English voice, it doesn't say it's clearly a girl's voice. It's just
okay.
Yeah, but is the speech a bit how to describe it, like a bit wooden kind of thing? It's a bit. There's not much enthusiasm in it.
It's over 9,000.
It's just like
I don't know. Like,
it's like someone saying, "Let's go." Okay, really that blunt. That's
I wouldn't
kind
say
of
that
what
blunt,
Xenoblade
but I
has,
mean,
and it's really funny.
it's not as enthusiastic, I would say, as like the Japanese voice actors, and I think that's just natural, I guess. But I don't know. I wouldn't say drastically blunt, but there's still a bit of willingness and just like. Ugh.
Can you still enjoy the game if you turn the volume down?
No, like granted, if no, it's still enjoyable. The main gameplay is actually more fun, although right now it's a bit boring because like when I go to play the extra competition routes, which are sort of like, which can be post game as well, but like sort of like an extra task thing.
Yeah.
Where you play various teams outside of the story. My team is like high above the team level of my opponent, so it's kind of easy, and that's a bit boring. But like, once I start getting new recruits to my Gibbo squad, as my team is called.
Gibbo squad.
Yeah, that's what everybody calls me at school. So I'm just like, okay, I guess it's Gibbo. And yeah, it's just a really fun game, and
so you're glad you got it?
Yeah, I'm very glad. Though I didn't get it on day one, sadly, because I know, I'm very sad. So I got it on April 1st, which
I did just think about. I did just think about one more game.
Not a true fan.
Yeah.
No, I was a true fan. I was.
And I have just thought about one more game that most of us have all played last month. Mario Party.
Oh yeah.
Mario Party 10. You've not played it?
Well, no, because first of all, as mentioned in my first episode, and we'll get into later.
Financial crisis.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we had an event for Mario Party recently, and
it was good fun.
Good fun. Really enjoyed it. It was actually.
It's more fun with people, obviously.
Well, yeah.
It's still
Mario Party. It's in the title.
Even sat there on your own having a party.
I think the problem is we're still on the same cart, and it's just not quite as fun. I don't think when you're on the same cart, and it just takes too long. But
yeah, I think that's why. Like, well, I don't think that's solely why it's gotten low scores, but
it's still enjoyable for a quick game.
The mini games are fun.
Yes, mini games are fun. The Bowser mode is really
good. One is because it depends on where you land on the board, really.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I found there wasn't really a lot to Mario Party. I feel that they should have added a lot more to it. I mean, because you only have like 5 stages.
It does seem like a real quick version, like the previous DS version. It was not a lot to it.
I never agree.
Games and play
Mario Party on DS. I'm sorry, you cannot have a good Mario Party on a 3DS. It just does not work. It shouldn't happen.
I still think that one of the best ones was number 2 for the 64. So I'm always going to be a bit biased to it.
I think number 2 and number 4. Probably
number 2 and number 4, yeah, the GameCube one.
That's like sat around the table playing Monopoly on a Game Boy.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
it's really dull.
We did enjoy the Bowser mode though. I think that's what got us spurred up a little bit.
That was funny. That was hilarious.
It's
having that one person,
everybody against one person, but then the one person gets loads of advantages, and I think that's
yeah,
what really
that's
out
what
of it.
turns me off about the mode. So, um,
It still gets you close to the year before you sort of die off. It gives you a few chances, I think. But
yeah, yeah.
I thought it was
still good though. Really, I enjoyed
50-50
the
with the
event.
win ratio.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
kind of quickly referred to Smash. Quite disappointing.
Wait, what?
Mm.
The event kind of reverted back to Smash about halfway through.
Yeah, well, we did play a lot of
Well,
games on there about it. So.
Smash Brothers is the ultimate.
And I did
Party
eventually get Neil to play against on a game of Smash, despite the fact it was during an 8-player match. But
Did
it still
you win
counts.
or?
You didn't do very well by my recollection, Jack.
I did alright. I beat Neil.
I won a match. Yay!
I beat him
Right.
once.
I feel we've got to like just make a room in like the 3DS version or something after recording this.
Ooh,
Just
ooh.
like see who's the best.
I've got Farmer DS.
Nah, you're right.
Hold on, I need to recharge it now.
No
Right.
one plays the 3DS no more. I feel like I'm the only
Yeah,
one that
I
plays the Smash
know.
on 3DS.
When Mewtwo comes back, which takes us into the next part.
Yeah, good segue. End.
I just like forget the main parts of games and stuff. Like when I'm trying to explain it, it's just like, oh yeah, that's that thing.
I was just saying when I was trying to my best to explain Xenoblade, and I kind of like missed out so many good parts, and then tried to bring out 2 bad parts, and I didn't get around to even saying the second bad part. I was just like, wow, that's a complete screw up.
Fair enough.
You did alright.
Yeah.
It's a hard game to describe. It's just very unique. It's different. I haven't seen a game like it before.
Yeah. Problem is, we've moved away from that part now. We are in the discussion part now. The discussion part, of course, is covering the Nintendo Direct on April 1st.
It wasn't April Fool, honest.
Exactly. There's no joke.
It was
I think a lot of
April
people-
Fool's.
It's really
It was-
fine, like it was. I mean,
It was
like,
very good Direct, in my opinion.
God.
Like every other Direct. How do you feel about Directs in general?
It's a great way
I think they're good.
explaining what's coming out and how it gives a bit of a buzz to everything in there. I think
Yeah.
Nintendo do really well with it.
Yeah.
It definitely generates interest, and I think that's the whole idea of it. So it's
I'm just very excited whenever Nintendo Direct is announced. It's just
It's better than waiting like once a year for E3 or
Yeah, it's
or
like
even
mini
waiting for
E3.
like PAX East and stuff. And it's kind of like
yeah.
it keeps you updated throughout the year.
I hope this year doesn't turn out last year where they had the first Direct was in February, right? And then the next general Nintendo Direct wasn't until November, because in between we did get the E3, but other than that we only had like Smash Brothers focused Directs. We had a Mario Kart, which was the Mario Kart Direct. Was
The Mario Kart and the Smash Bros. Building up to them,
like centered Directs are only on one game, which are fine. But I mean, I prefer variety to
Definitely, yeah,
Directs. They're more exciting.
Which is what we got in this one.
Yeah. Speaking of Smash Brothers, we were introduced to Mewtwo striking back.
Finally, yeah.
Yes.
Woo.
Yeah.
I think many people have been saying that he's like Melee, which I can't really relate to because I didn't play Melee.
Yeah, I did. I played Mewtwo a lot.
Yeah. But I'm very excited about him because it's just DLC. Just the fact that it's DLC just makes it.
Yeah, but they needed to make sure the character was good enough to be able to use, so they had to leave him out to then add him in as DLC.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
There's been a few people moaning about it though on the interwebs because we're getting him the 15th. If
you only get him the 15th if you've registered both codes. Yeah,
and you get
for the Wii U and 3DS copy. Yeah.
However, to buy him, he's only about it was $3 from what I heard, but it's about a fiver.
$3.59 for one console and $4.49 for both consoles.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a bit steep.
You've basically.
I don't think it's steep at all because, to be quite honest, the people who okay, this is my view on it.
Right.
The people who registered for both consoles, they own a Wii U and a 3DS. They spent money on that Wii U and that 3DS.
Oh no, I'm not talking about it being free. I was just saying about the 450 price point, really.
No, yeah, I'm not. Yeah. So we get Mewtwo for free.
But we
People who
£80
haven't
on the game.
registered, people
Wait,
who haven't
is
registered.
everybody here out of us four? Is everybody getting it for free?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not our problem. Let's just leave it.
Okay.
No, but I want to get my view across. Right.
Right.
Hang on.
People who registered for both consoles get it for free. That's
Yeah.
fine because they spent money on buying that
Yeah.
both of those systems. People who haven't registered for both consoles are very likely because they do not own the other console.
That's
Now-
true.
That is far cheaper than what we had to spend
Yeah,
to get Mewtwo.
that's the thing. But
And they only have to spend like what?
to be fair, we
catch
did,
up on the actual price, but I think it's only about what, £2-3 to get him?
I
£4
think
something,
the
maybe.
CD
Yeah.
might have just sort of added extra as well because
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of people
I
got the
got the
CD as
CD.
well. So
I suppose to look at it from another viewpoint, some people don't always have the money to be able to splash out, even
true.
when they only bought one version of the game.
yeah,
So to make them pay that much, so that's kind of another viewpoint on it. And
I'd like to
I mean,
know how
again,
many people.
Jason's point is very valid as well.
I'd like to know how many people traded the 3DS version in to get the Wii U version. Must be
Don't know.
curious, but you know.
There's probably someone who did that. Speaking of DLC, we also got look at costumes for Maze.
Yeah.
They
I'm
come
gonna
out on the
get
same
any.
day.
Oh.
I might get the Smash Brothers T-shirt. That looked quite cool.
There was the Smash Brothers T-shirt, Mega Man, Proto Man, Link,
Oh, I did like
Majora's
Proto Man.
Mask,
Dunban from Xenoblade.
Dunban from Xenoblade,
And then we
there's
got
a
Monkey
cat and
and
a
Cat.
monkey. I was like,
that
that's
was
two
it.
random ones.
But you have to
Yeah.
pay individually for each one, don't you?
Yeah.
No,
you
you
don't.
can buy them in packs.
Oh, you can buy the packs.
No, but if you
16.
buy them in packs, you're gonna get them for the same price if you buy them individually.
I think it's about a pound
No,
something.
it's 69p each for both the Wii U and 3DS if
Okay.
you buy them separately,
Is it?
or you can get them both together for £1.09.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's going to be about
The
about 10
DLC,
altogether, then.
Yeah.
the DLC. No, the DLC comes all in one. It's an
Mm.
all-in-one DLC. You don't buy them separately.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Each, as in you buy 69p each for both Wii U and 3DS. I think.
No, Jace, there was. You could buy it separately for 3DS or the Wii U, or you could buy them together as 3DS.
Yeah, that's
and
what
Wii
I
U
mean.
package. Yeah,
That's what you
I'd
just
say
said.
Yeah,
so,
that's
yeah.
that's what came up on the video anyway. And
Yeah.
Yeah, so like,
that's what I
But
got.
what I meant is, could you buy all of them together as one big package?
I thought that's what
yeah,
it was.
but no, you're gonna if you buy them as all big one package, you could get all 8 costumes.
Yeah.
And that it's not even a bundle. Well, it's a bundle. It's not even an offer or anything. You're gonna get the same amount of value. So
Okay, I was just curious. So.
if you don't care about one costume, it's
We'll
better to get all.
we'll
Yeah,
We'll find out
I
on
do
Wednesday
see-
anyway.
Yeah, I do understand that. and That's fair
I was
enough.
going to say, there's another thing coming, obviously, as well, is Lucas.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, yeah, because it come out
Yeah,
with that, and I was
he's-
like, yes, they
He's
use
due
Randall.
for June now.
Yeah,
well,
June.
hopefully
I
for
think
June.
that's a
but,
good date. That's a good date, I would say.
Do we-
yeah, well, I know Mickey from Street Pass Southampton's looking forward to him because he's practicing with Ness to get ready for Lucas
Yeah, but
being
it's-
released.
it's
I'm a bit
Yeah.
50-50 with it.
character.
Yeah,
I'm really on the
actually
fence whether I like it or not.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty decent with Ness, actually.
I don't know what the difference is between the two. I don't know if
Well-
it's just speed or.
It's how the moves work. Like Lucas's lightning is continuous and keeps going,
Yeah.
whereas
He had
Ness
a
is
ice
just a
move
one hit.
rather than a.
I feel like the best comparison would be like sort of Mario to Luigi or
Yeah,
to
a bit like that.
Link. That would probably be the best.
Okay.
Although like the differences are more. But yeah, I'm very excited because I'm quite good at Lucas, so I'm interested to see.
We're all going to get him, so.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
of course. But yeah, like
Yes,
I did see this one bit. You know how Lucas comes out of nowhere. I
yeah.
did see one guy on Twitter that point out that it's a reference to the fact that his games Mother 3 takes place on the Nowhere Islands,
Ah.
and that's sort of like the fact that
Out of nowhere.
I actually thought
Nobody would know that unless if they played Mother 3
Yeah,
on a
like-
like,
Yeah.
emulator or something.
Yeah.
People who've never played go, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Oh, but to get amiibos for both Mewtwo and Lucas as well.
Yep,
Oh
they're
yeah,
due.
yeah. So
That's the
that
definite
brings us off
buzz.
onto the amiibo.
I just want to call this out now. I've already called this out before, but I'm just going to call
Right.
this out now because it's on the podcast. I know Jack disagreed with this, I think, but with Lucas coming out,
yeah.
I'm calling that we'll see a sight of the release of Mod 3 for the Wii U as virtual console.
Possibly. It does make.
I'm calling it.
sense.
It's been called for a while. That's the
What?
thing that put me off of it. But
Yeah.
it's,
Everybody's
I think
saying.
I'm calling it now.
But then again, everybody's
is
called
gonna
for
happen.
like Majora's Mask 3D, and then that eventually happened. So we may
Cool.
see Mother 3.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't mind. I
mine,
think
let's carry
mine
on,
is
shall we?
based on
Yeah.
the facts that when Smash first came out, you had Punch Out coming out because you got Little Mac.
True.
You got Duck Hunt that came out again because you got Duck Hunt.
That's true.
You got Earthbound coming out. Ness. You know, it's
It's a
stuff
big
like that.
selling game, yeah. So it's always.
So
gonna
I
sell
think
copies.
bringing Lucas into it will promote Mother 3
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
bring it out on the Wii U. I say Wii U because it's a Game Boy Advance game, so we don't get Game Boy Advance games.
Have you
with
actually
DS.
managed to pre-order some?
Amiibos.
Yeah. Considering.
They're not out.
I want Greninja. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I have. I pre-ordered Greninja and Dark Pit with Game.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
you're
sadly,
paying that quick.
I really want a Nest, which is coming up soon. I think in about 2 weeks. Really, which is
Yeah.
our next recording. But yeah, and with those like Robin as well. But yeah, like I think Game also Game didn't allow overseas people.
International,
Yeah, like,
international
sellers.
thing.
because that's why it was
Whatnot.
selling so quickly before. And why
So how would
it's
they
selling-
know?
Fun?
How would they know? That's what I don't understand. It's just like.
I guess it's just some sort of algorithm, I would say.
Oh, you mean online? Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, I guess it's some sort of.
They won't deliver to out of the country.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's. Really
That's fair enough. That's got a good
Yeah.
move, really.
Um,
Hopefully more in the UK, more people buy them in the UK.
Let me
So.
check who else is still up for pre-order.
I know Greninja and Jigglypuff are the first two.
Yeah,
May
May 29th.
29th.
Yeah. Who's after that?
Palutena, Dark Pit, Zero Suit, and Ganondorf are due for June.
Zero Suit's going to sell out so quickly.
Yeah.
I actually want Zero
Then the
Suit,
next
but-
wave is. Yeah, the next wave's Olimar, Bowser Jr., and Dr. Mario for July.
Yeah, Dr. Mario and Bowser Jr. I can see selling very quickly. Olimar?
No, there'll
Do
be
you reckon?
loads of him
Yeah.
there. Does
Poor
anybody actually play as Olimar?
Poor
'Cause
Olimar.
I used to play him a lot on ball.
suffer.
I liked him on ball. I can't play as him for love or money on the new one now. For some
I just
reason.
think the
I don't know what it
moveset
is.
suffered a little. That's all.
Bowser Jr.
I'm-
is going to suffer because we need the rest of the Kooplings. We need the rest of the Kooplings. Yes.
Alright.
I
That's
love-
just a skin.
I would love to have all of the Kooplings.
Yeah, I doubt it
as
happened though,
amiibos.
because like Sam said, it's just a skin.
Again,
I
you're
doubt it
still
happened.
able to
Otherwise,
pre-order Dark Pit, Ganondorf, Palutena, and Zero Suit. You pre-ordered those four, but the other five, no, they're all out again.
No, there won't be anything else.
No.
It sucks because I would love to have all the little Kooplings on my shelf just set there. Like, oh.
Yeah.
it cost them more, even though it cost your arm and a leg. but-
yeah.
That's Amiibo. I think probably the biggest, in my opinion, was the Smash Ballot next.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Who have you voted
Oh
for?
god. Here we go.
Go on, you can go first, Jay. Get it out of your
No, I'll go
system.
last because save best to last, you know. So, Sam, you go.
Sam?
Well, totally obvious. I voted for Bayonetta.
Fair enough.
It's a
Jay-
fair
I
shout.
wouldn't mind Bayonetta, actually.
yeah,
A lot of people have been saying that we'd love to see a Bayonetta amiibo, so I can see the reason for it. Yeah,
Like-
definitely.
Jay brought this up at a previous point. One of our friends, Seb, was like they'd have to bring the age rating up
This is true. This is true.
Lots of stuff,
I
but
just
they could
imagine,
tone
like-
it down a little bit. But then obviously that'll cause
But
controversy.
that's the
That'll
reason.
piss off the fans.
Yeah, but
That's the reason
that's their problem to deal with. And if they want the character in, they're going to have to, make it her a little bit more acceptable. But they could still add in a lot of moves and like weapons and things like that for her to
There's a lot of
use.
potential for the
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I would prefer Wonder Red, because he's a bit more like Nintendo-esque. But
Yeah.
I would like Bayonetta as well, quite frankly.
I think she'd bring a lot to the game, but you never
I'm
know.
saying
We'll
it's
see
not-
what happens.
Yeah. I voted for Inklings. Anybody else?
Inklings.
Yeah.
Well,
I
since
need
they
to
have
have one.
amiibos. Yeah.
I think that would be a great choice to have because of like just cross promotional sort of thing. I guess
Yeah,
even
definitely.
though it won't come out for a while. Then I also voted again. This is only once.
Okay.
I voted again for Mark Evans.
Mark Evans.
I'm actually serious. I really want Mark Evans. I think it'd be great. But like,
Wow.
well, at least an
Yeah.
assist trophy. At least.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Or at
We'll let
least
you
just a
have that
general
one.
trophy, because like Layton didn't even get a trophy in the 3DS version,
Ah,
so that's just so weird. It really is.
that sucks.
But yeah, Inklings and Mark Evans, please, Sakurai.
There's only one character I could choose.
Shovel Knight?
That is Shovel Knight.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would
Super
like
Shoveler.
Shovel Knight.
I really love the game, so I think he deserves a place in there. Again, it's another one that could work really easily, I think.
What
in
moves
terms
would
of-
you give him though, Jack?
Well,
He's a bit limited to a certain point, but then
you could use his B down and you can use his A moves quite easily with hitting the shovel and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
you could do a dig
I
like,
suppose the
like
special moves could be items like the
Yeah,
gear and
exactly, yeah.
the fire
the
rods
green
and
ball thing you throw around and just jumps
the
all over
green
the place.
ball thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
If he can use that as one of his special moves, he could just
Yeah,
like,
this-
bounce
you
around
guys
all the
all-
characters and there you go, fling them
You've
everywhere.
You've got the
you know?
cog. You could use like the
Exactly.
The
So
flying,
this is
the
what I was
flying
thinking
sword.
before when he
Yeah.
had so much potential for it. The flying sword, I do like that one. The one that sort of stands
I
out.
do
yeah.
enjoy Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight is good.
It's got so much potential for a
I
character.
think like
and I really want an amiibo.
Jason, what about you? Who did you vote for?
I voted for Isaac from Golden Sun.
Fair enough, another popular choice.
It's been called out for since
Yeah.
probably before Brawl, actually.
We'd had a DA
And-
trophy in one of the old ones, didn't he?
Brawl.
He was an
Yeah.
assist trophy,
Assist trophy.
Yeah, he was in assist trophy.
and now he's not an
nowhere
assist
to be
trophy.
seen in this one. He's not even just a regular trophy. He's nowhere. So I think that's led some fans to believe that he could be potentially.
Though there is Golden Sun music in the game, so there is some
Yeah.
Golden Sun in it, and this is what I mean. There's loads of references of Golden Sun throughout the game, so it's kind of like I think he'll be good because he's a Nintendo character. He
This one, man.
needs to promote Golden Sun games because I want to see another one, and he himself will be just unique. He'll be using his Psynergy for his moves, and then he could have a summon as a final smash, and I think that would be awesome especially if it was like Eclipse or something.
I reckon they knew he was going to be asked for, and they've left him like completely out
Apparently
as
there's,
a possibility.
apparently there's 7 extra spaces, they reckon.
Yeah, there's 5 extra spaces. Yeah, I saw that.
for extra DLC characters.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. That is
You-
strange. But I swear that was the case anyway. Like, that's what I remember.
I think we discussed about it when 3DS one came out because of the spaces that was left behind at the
definitely,
bottom
yeah.
of the capture screen. There was at least 4 spaces that
And
you
then
could fit
they
in,
were
4 more characters. One of them will be filled up
Yeah.
with Mewtwo, and
Rayman.
this other thing as well. When you've all seen the Rayman fake leak that came out not long ago.
that's
That annoyed a lot of people.
Did you notice? I thought it was hysterical. I knew it was a bluff.
Oh yeah,
Rayman. I
it
don't
was
care.
obvious.
Rayman just doesn't suit it. I'm sorry.
Rayman amiibo.
yeah.
Oh, I saw that. That was
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But did you notice in the video when he did the roster page, the screen roster, everything was so it squared out perfectly just by adding 2 characters. It was the roster was all complete square.
Yeah.
That kind of gave me the hint. Not really a hint because obviously it was fake, but it was one of those things that before this direct that came out announced Lucas.
Yeah.
I had it in my head. I said this before it even happened. So this is another thing that I managed to call out. That they had another character hiding.
Yeah.
And they didn't
You did
let
say,
us know about.
So.
I had it in my head for some reason. I don't know why. I just felt like Mewtwo's not the only character they're hiding.
Yeah, because like I was kind of thinking that as well, because I would say 6 months was, or around about that time, would be a bit much to develop one character.
True.
You know, and like Sakurai said, Melee would be the last game, then Brawl would be the last game.
But did you see
so, like,
the date for this end of the ballot is not till the end of October?
So I wonder if they're just going to do it at intervals, like.
Yeah, this is what I was
like
thinking.
when Lucas, or like just before Lucas comes out, they say who's been the most popular up until that point, and it's like, oh, let's just make him. And, like,
so maybe we could have all of our characters in there, which would be brilliant.
The thing is,
Possibly.
people need to understand that this isn't down to a vote, like a tally.
It's still just.
It's not the highest vote wins. It's
the ones
them looking at them and deciding, and they will decide which one seems the best fit.
Yeah,
so
it's like, even if people flooded it with like Goku or something.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. But that
no one,
Ridley.
No one's
Ridley,
bothered to read it. It says Nintendo characters, not flipping whatever you fancy.
I'm sure Budokai was on the game.
But...
Actually, on the actual page, it doesn't specify Nintendo. I think it only specifies Nintendo from the Facebook page, Super Smash Brothers.
I think the rule should be you've got to at least had one Nintendo game. I think that's, fair enough. You can't just go and say, let's have Spyro in or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the same behind, like, Super Meat Boy said, oh yeah, this
I saw that, yes!
Yeah, and like, I know this guy called Josh Thomas. I kind of love or hate because I really hate him because he could get really on my nerves with his like opinions and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I kind of like it because of his opinions and stuff that really take me off. Sort of
like me and Jay.
But yeah, and he said like, well, no offense, I don't think you'll be a good contender if you haven't been on Nintendo platform before, and I think that's actually a really good point. Because I mean, if you haven't had a history in Nintendo, something like Sonic, I mean, of course, Mario vs Sonic.
Snake sneaked in before because he had the NES games, didn't he? But
yeah,
we were still a little bit.
Yeah, like Mega Man started on NES and his gaming icon Pac-Man.
Oh, Mega Man definitely. He's had
like Pac-Man
10, 15 games on there.
Yeah, Pac-Man because like Bandai Namco or Namco Bandai or whatever.
The Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man were both on the NES as well. So.
Yeah, and like plus they were working on the game. So, but I think another rep did, like, and this is a Nintendo rep, they said that anybody is allowed for Smash.
Cool. So, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, that's another topic.
Yeah, I've heard rumours about this, that
Xbox man.
Yeah, they're quite happy to have Banjo-Kazooie on there.
I wouldn't mind
Get him on! Get him on!
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah.
However, we do have Duck Hunt already, so just change the character. Just change the character skin, be alright.
We've been talking about Smash for
pretty much, yeah.
It's been like 20 minutes, and all we've done is like Smash, and that's like only covering the first 7 minutes.
It was a big section, so let's go. Yeah. Let's go for the next section.
Next
should be
Amiibo Touch and Play, Nintendo Classics highlights.
Yeah,
due out in May.
Just basically get your Amiibo. Yeah.
Because like there's a sort of not hints at, but like this is sort of confirms the use of Amiibo. There's like you can unlock game from NES and SNES eras by tapping your Amiibo on it, and then you'll get a game with it. And it's like, this is a brilliant idea. And I guess this is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't know if having highlights.
It's like a 3-minute demo, isn't it, or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's
like,
if they gave you a game for it, I think it'd been quite a good value, because then you could say, I spent £10 on this Amiibo, I'll get a game with it as well.
Yeah.
So even if it's just a random game every time you press it. It's just
They've broadened it a little where you can tap the amiibo again and it switches to a different scene.
different level,
Yeah.
different scene. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I
that's
don't know
about
that.
it, really.
I'd
Well, I
rather
mean,
have that than, you know.
It's nice to have something, but at the same time,
Yeah, and it's free. So
is it
that's-
really needed? You know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got to think of the other way as
a
well.
lot of these
If it gave you a free game,
hmm
Yeah.
that would just encourage people just to keep sharing each other's amiibos, and then everyone gets free games. It's a really
Well,
bad
that's the
business.
other point.
yeah, but it's
Or
only a
maybe,
list
like-
of about 12, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
or is there more?
I think that's about 12.
About 12 games, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
it's not too bad. But if you've not played those games before, I suppose you want to give it a quick demo. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But again, they're on Smash as well. So
Yes, especially to the newer generation, it's like, oh, this is what gaming came from.
yeah. So this is what.
Yeah, but the
this is
Smash
from.
one's always the same, and it's
That's
always,
true.
you know, the same thing. At least
Yeah.
with these amiibos, you'll get to play different
Different.
scenes of that game. I don't know how many different scenes there is per amiibo.
I think it's 9.
There was
you
only
get much wider
3 or
selection.
4, I think. But I don't know. It depends on what game it is. But,
Mm.
Yeah, but
but not. much
enabling
more
it
say
to give
about
out
that,
a
is
free
it?
game would be a really bad idea, to be honest. I
Yeah.
can see
Yeah.
why they wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't mind like you played Duck Hunt or something
Yeah.
if you had the Duck Hunt one. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing. I'm not saying have a massive game which is going to last you like 4 or 5 hours. I'm saying
Yeah.
one of the quick pick me up and plays. You know, it's,
Yeah, but it's giving away free games, and then it's down. You know, like I said, people will just keep sharing each other's amiibos to get free games. So people wouldn't be, you know, people wouldn't bother buying that game now
True.
on the eShop.
True.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
just
fair enough.
have
Yeah.
someone else's amiibo.
Moving on, we've got the Mario Maker. Title,
Oh, yeah.
Which hasn't
To
really...
celebrate 30 years of Mario Brothers.
This
Yeah.
just makes me feel old.
I don't know, because, like, it's
I was
weird.
born around that time, Jack, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's been 5 years, of course, since the 25th anniversary, and that's when Super Mario Galaxy 2 came out.
Oh yeah.
Which is so weird, because that
went
that's
pretty
in
quick.
days ago, yeah. And, like, I think that was a
I
good
love
way
that.
of celebrating.
Great game.
Yeah.
I got
got
a
it.
free
like,
t-shirt
Not played
with
it
that.
yet.
But yeah,
Mario Maker.
yeah. With Galaxy 2, it was the sequel to one of the greatest Mario games, I guess, up until that point. But with Mario Maker, I don't know, like, I'm quite interested in it, and it's kind of cool how you can create and share, Mario levels, but I don't know if it's going to
It's
be
quite
enough.
similar to Tipping Stars that just come out now
Yeah.
and Donkey
Yeah,
Kong
but
sort of thing,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's better,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But,
There's like 4 themes you can switch between. So like you got like
Yeah.
really classic style, then you got some of the newer ones,
There was-
the Wii and
yeah.
Wii U version.
The Super Mario World version, the Super Mario Bros. Free version, and the newest Super Mario Bros. Wii U, possibly.
Yeah.
Mario Bros. U.
So yeah, at least
I
it
don't
gives
know.
you a few options, and I know there's a lot more people. That
I'm hoping the game won't be very shallow. I'm hoping there's going to be a huge amount of customizations.
I
in
did-
it. From what I can
I
see,
would
there
say
is a
that's true,
lot,
but-
but I'm just hoping it's not going to be too shallow.
Well,
like,
it's
you know,
still early days though, so
That's
we
Yeah,
might see
that's
more.
what I'm saying. I'm hoping that it won't come out, and then you'll find that there's so many limitations and stuff that
Yeah.
spoils the game.
I'm quite looking forward to seeing like the leaderboards of the best
Yeah.
games sort of thing, and
Yeah, like other
playing,
people's.
downloading other people's ones and playing those. I think that'd be the real interest in it. I must admit.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at creating levels, I must admit, but it's still buying into the lots of people who are being more creative and making levels like
Yeah, it
the
gives you a
Minecraft
chance
sort of
to-
esque sort of game. But
to
it's-
really create your own sort of style of level, like how you'd want to see it
Yeah,
happen.
definitely.
And I think that would be really interesting.
Yeah, so I
Come-
think that's more or less
coming
it
in
for-
September.
Yeah,
I wonder
Yeah.
if you can play as different characters as well, not just Mario.
Maybe.
Would be good.
I would say Luigi and most, in my opinion.
Super Mario Bros. 2 comes as DLC or something stupid like that. I don't know.
Mm.
Play as Toad and Peach.
Yeah.
That would be quite fun actually. But,
Oh,
That's it. Use a Toad amiibo to unlock Toad. That'd be awesome.
I don't know if Mario Maker is Amiibo compatible. I swear, for some reason,
I've not
I
seen
don't
anything for it yet.
No,
Don't think so, no.
I don't know. I swear I
It's
heard
not
it,
due
but-
until the end of the year, so.
Maybe later.
Um, well, after Mario Maker, we were set into our own individual regional directs. For example, America went to Bill Trinan, and we went to Mr. Shibata, who I actually, not in a gay way, but I mean, I do really like. I actually love Mr. Shibata. I don't know why.
Some of the ways he says his words are just like, wow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And
I
the
find it
freezing up.
The
adorable.
next game, he can't say
Yoshi
his
Woolly
W's,
World.
bless him. Uli ood.
Uli ood.
Uli ood.
Sorry.
Oh my
I
god.
actually found that so funny and disgraced. But I mean, yeah, I really like Shibata.
Yeah, so the next game is Yoshi's Woolly World, which is translated as Yoshi's Woolly World. So
Yeah.
the best thing to
Kind of
come out of
interested
this
Kind
was
of.
definitely the amiibos.
Yeah.
Oh, the little yarn spun
Oh
amiibos.
my
So
god.
good.
Pink, green, and light blue.
I actually just wanted to get the amiibo, not the game.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, that's what I was
I would
thinking.
actually be fine with like
I-
just having the amiibo.
However, they
See those going in 10 minutes flat. They're
Less than
going to be
that.
so
That's
popular.
There is something that we missed from Smash Brothers. Just
Did we?
right out there. Yeah, involving, well, not involving, but it comes with the DLC that comes out with the skins. That they are also going to be adding the sharing features on the Wii version,
Oh,
which
yeah.
are the same
Oh,
as
yeah,
the
on the
3DS
3DS
one.
one already, yeah.
Yeah.
You can also share
Miiverse
your
shares.
custom stages.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can't wait for that.
I don't think we heard anything on the Miiverse stage or tournaments.
No, there's no
Yeah,
That's
I-
really from
I
the
stage,
was
is it?
worried about that. Well, not worried, but I was a bit confused. I thought, if they're going to do Mewtwo, then surely they'll have shed more news about the Miiverse
Yeah.
stage, because it was kind of announced at the same time.
Maybe it'll be one of those surprise, here it is, just play it ones rather than announcing it
Fair
like they
enough.
have done in the past. So,
Yeah. Well,
so we're not, no one getting Yoshi's Woolly World then, or
I
might
may,
do.
because like the week that comes out, June 26th, is the week of my last exam,
oh,
which is on Monday.
Oh.
But then before that, I have like a whole week off without exams, so
Okay.
I may try and do some extra work at CEX if I can to maybe build up for it. But I don't know.
It looks
I
it
think-
looks to be a good game, very true to the other games.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
and they've made it easier with like mellow mode as well, so people
Yeah.
can just play at their own leisure with a
Yeah.
flying
Easy
Yoshi.
mode. Who plays easy mode? That's boring.
No, I
Exactly.
know, but
to be fair, most Yoshi World games are quite tough. So I can see the reason.
Oh, I haven't played them, to be honest.
I can see the reason
Still,
for
like-
it, but
I don't know.
I think it's going to be a really good co-op local game. You know, you can
Or
get
if
there
you-
with a mate
Oh.
or something and play it. That's why I'm getting it.
and that's what the
amiibos.
amiibos give an extra Yoshi
Yeah.
to use for some reason.
Yep.
I don't
I'm
know.
going to get a blue one. I'm getting a
Big
blue
thing
Willy
is, I
Yoshi.
would say it's sort of like I don't know. It can be useful, and it probably will be useful. But I mean, it's a bit.
Mm.
Oh well. But it's
I think-
looking alright, I guess.
It looks good, but it's one of those. I think it's going to
It
pass a
looks
lot of people
really-
by.
Pretty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just the whole yarn aesthetic and stuff. And of course the amiibo.
But the amiibo is definitely well made, and
Yeah,
we're
well, it
looking
looks well
forward to
made.
it.
Like, but then again, you have to take into consideration the one that we got close-ups of was probably a prototype.
Mm. Yeah,
So,
true.
But it can still look very good. Speaking of other amiibo other than Smash Brothers, Splatoon. So it's okay.
You called it.
Hooray.
You called
Ordered
it.
Ordered it.
Yep,
Yeah.
pre-ordered.
You called it, Matt. You called it way
Yeah.
ages ago
Yeah, like
with Splatoon amiibos.
yeah, because this was in our unrecorded pilot episode.
It's kind of depressing, really. I mean,
Yeah.
in
Wait.
a way that other game companies are now jumping on the whole amiibo thing now with their games and stuff because of the success of it.
I don't know.
If anything, Nintendo jumped on it afterwards. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's
Amiibos come out for Smash, and now we're getting amiibos for other games, and it's kind of like
I don't know.
everyone's
It's just
jumping
like,
on the bandwagon a little bit.
I think Yoshi's Woolly World amiibo is kind of pushing it, but I don't think Splatoon. I think Splatoon is like gonna be a
Squid.
higher, yeah. But yeah, I'm getting the special edition which comes with Squid, and because I got a bundle
Yep.
with game, I'm getting the because I got a bundle with game, I get the special edition, so that comes with the Squid amiibo. And I'm
Yep.
also getting the Inkling Boy and the Inkling Girl amiibo, all
Oh,
for
okay.
£60. So
A little bit cheaper than it would have been, but yeah.
yeah,
£10
like,
cheaper,
that's not
technically.
amazing,
The
but I mean,
Nintendo.
It's essentially £10 cheaper.
yeah,
But-
but
You pre-ordering it on Nintendo, you
no
got a
game.
T-shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you go order on Nintendo, you get a T-shirt with it as well. So.
that's,
I only ordered just a Squid amiibo. From what I can understand, you only need amiibo to scan it in once to get the unlockables that they give you.
The unlockable riches
I'll
and
just
stuff.
snag them off a friend or something. But I really wanted the green squid; it looked cool. So
Yeah.
I
ordered
went to
that
the
one.
boy Inkling.
I wanted all
I
of them,
just-
so I got all of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
But they
Splatoon
announced-
is
Though
looking
I
amazing.
hope the T-shirt is its own thing, like in the cool stuff store or something.
I might have to hit up our regular Nintendo dude and see if we can get some T-shirts.
Oh, please go on.
That would be lovely.
Yeah,
so
so
yeah,
they
what about Amiibo's functionality? What do you think of it? Anyway, I think it's quite good. You know.
game.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what it unlocks. I just know that it can unlock levels, missions, and
so-
I think some customizations.
Yeah, so like
like extra gear and things.
So DLC.
when you use an Amiibo, you get like about 15 mission things, which I think take place in the single
That's
player
good.
campaign. Yeah.
That's
And I
quite a
think when
good,
you
good
collect,
number.
and when you complete them, you get a message that says "nice," which is which is
Nice.
actually quite amusing.
Nice.
And then and then of course you get like special gear and stuff.
Yeah. Special
Yeah,
costumes
I
and stuff
think
you
it's
can
fair
unlock with it
enough.
as well. Yeah.
You know, although when
I
it was
did-
when it was first linked, I was really hoping that it was a sort of clue that would be for Smash Brothers.
The new
So-
idea on King of the Hill and Spat Zones
Yeah,
looks
Spat
Zones,
very,
yeah.
very interesting.
And there's the Battle Dojo as well, one on
Yeah,
I
one.
don't know
one-on-one,
about
yeah.
Battle Dojo, in my opinion.
It's
Like,
more of a practice mode than anything else. from what I've
yeah,
heard,
so
but
that really bummed me out really about 1v1 because I was hoping
It's still-
for like at least like more modes. I hope more modes are added, like a 1v1s.
But there's the potential for that anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'm
So I hope
hoping
that
for a
gets
wide
fixed.
range of maps.
Yeah,
Any game, any shooter type game, I like having a wide variety of maps.
mm,
I really do
Cool.
like the maps in Splatoon though. They look really unique and stuff. Don't you
Yeah.
know the map from E3 and the E3 demos and stuff? I think
Yeah.
that has changed aesthetically because if you look around the surroundings from like other trailers and stuff, you notice that it's a bit different now.
it does
because
look
it-
different to the one we played at Eurogamer, I must admit.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
in the old one, it was sort of surrounded by other buildings and stuff, but now it's like right next to a road, and there's
Yeah,
only some
yeah.
buildings around it. So I hope
Mm.
there's at least an E3 build of the map, but
I would like to see what. There's still so much potential to come from Splatoon, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one of the biggest games of the year. But
I think
it's
gonna
not
be
long
my
now,
favourite
is it?
now
we
that's
can't
over.
wait. It's so
Yeah.
close.
29th of May.
Oh, dude.
That is really close in the half term as well. So yeah, I can't wait for Splatoon. Really, like every other normal human being.
I think
Yes.
me, Jack, Jason, and
They're going
Nikki,
to play so
Yeah.
much of this.
we're going to be
Yeah.
Skype teaming and
Oh,
everything.
Yeah,
Please,
Raging.
we're taking the world on. Team
Yeah.
Street Plus Southampton.
Even though
Yeah.
the raging on it's not going to really be the same, really.
Yeah.
You can't really
Yeah.
turn around and say, "I shot you." It's gonna that's not part of the game.
Oh yeah, like well, whilst on the topic of Splatoon, how do you feel about having no voice chat? Really?
There's ways around it. I mean, we do it for
Yeah,
Mario Kart
like-
already. We use Skype, so
Yeah.
you know it's.
Nintendo
It's
really
annoying.
needs to implement a good
Yeah.
party chat system. They
Yeah.
do need to do it. It's like it's really needed.
Like in my opinion, right? I don't think it's needed. Like I don't mind having no voice chat because
if
you
it
know,
makes the
again, you
game
could just-
play smoother, not having it,
yeah.
I don't mind not having it.
That's
That's the thing.
Yeah,
but
and plus you could already tell like where you need to go in Splatoon because you've got the map as well. But
true.
like, then again, I think it's sort of needed. Because I feel
'Cause
like
you need-
people will go like, oh, like
Mm.
just general people, oh, does it have voice chat? And people, oh, no. And then they're immediately turned off from it.
Yeah.
It's kind of
It is
unfortunate. It's
annoying.
like, well,
need
chances
to
are you're probably
socialise.
not going to talk with random strangers anyway, are you? Typical shooters. You're going to be talking
No.
to friends, aren't you? And the times when
True.
you do talk to random people, it's just some annoying kid or something.
Well, so I mentioned this before.
That's why I think we need the party chat system, because then the only people in your
Like,
party would be
yeah.
people who you know.
But they don't want you talking to kids, so you know.
Definitely not humans. But yeah, away from Splatoon, something like, well, I don't know. Apparently, it's been quite highly regarded. Affordable space adventures.
I did
Yeah,
see
I heard
this
of it, but I've not
briefly.
seen it.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
it's-
interested. Well,
I like the way they
It's
use the gamepad.
basically you control a spaceship through, I don't know, some sort of course or thing, and you have to sort of monitor and maintain the ship as you fly through. So there's like heating and cooling and
yeah.
like lasers and all sorts.
And
So
you've only got a certain budget to control these sort of areas.
Exactly, so you
it's,
have to
it's
be
quite
very
an interesting
tactical.
game, but
I don't know.
that came out yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
we might have to have a look at that one.
Yeah, people have been saying it's quite good. Hold on, I'll see Nintendo Life's review. It may have a review. Possibly. No.
I think it kind of reminds me of another game called Faster Than Light. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah,
I don't know.
There was another one, like an indie game for the PS4 recently, and it had the same sort of idea, but it was all multiplayer, and you had to each control one part of the giant ship. Like one had the lasers, one had the. It uses that sort of same idea, but
Oh, I gotta get that Block Boy game. That looked real fun.
Yeah, that's a little bit later on in the.
yeah,
we'll probably
Oh,
discuss that.
you're too soon. You're too soon.
Yeah.
Because next we've got to talk about.
Swords and Soldiers 2. Not that I played the first one, but it
Yeah, I
looks
haven't played the first one. Anybody got
interesting.
anything to say about it? I don't know.
Looked alright.
I like the
I
art
kind of
as well.
zoned out on that one. That was
Yeah.
naughty me.
It was alright.
Yeah. Or
It looks like the guys who made Castle Crashers or something like that, wasn't it?
I don't think it was Castle Crashers, but it was.
No, it had the same kind of art style.
It was the
Yeah.
same team that made the first one, anyway. It was.
Yeah.
They're definitely making the second one.
continuing on from eShop, we've got more virtual console games
Yeah.
N64 and yes, I believe.
and DS, which DS I find
I
really
was
stupid.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed.
Because
that
like
this-
everybody has Mario Kart DS, or at least you can find it for like. Sure, it's probably
Yeah.
cheaper.
And
on
you
the
can't
eShop, but
play
I mean,
it.
Yeah,
Main
you can't
reason
play
to play
local
that game,
or online.
Can't play
so
local or
it's-
online. So,
Well, you can't play online anyway on the normal one. so
however,
it's
WarioWare Touched, really good game. Anyone?
fair
who's
enough,
I
not
like,
enjoyed
played it?
I
that.
can see
when it came
WarioWare, or like, did you get brain training when it used to be free or something? Or
I got that.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I
had
played
that.
that.
Like, that was actually good use of the gamepad, but like I could only see that being useful for it.
Mm.
I think people in America
I think-
got Yoshi's Island Touch.
They got
as well.
Yoshi's Island instead, but we'll be getting that in
Yeah.
the next couple months anyway. So it's
So N64 looks
yes,
very interesting.
yes,
Super Mario 64,
Yes!
Donkey
Yes!
Kong 64,
Yeah.
and to go back to Jason's point earlier, if you have the old version, you've moved it into this, you can upgrade it with the Rumble features and that for
For a small
$179.
price. A small price.
Yes,
Where the normal game was were they $8.99 each?
$8.99
Yeah.
each.
Which is a good price, really. I think.
Yeah, I think Gawny, this is the offer you were talking about earlier on. wasn't
Yeah,
it
it was. I
Yeah.
got. There's a 4 for 3 deal basically. If you buy
Yeah.
3, you get the 4th one for free, which is a great deal, really. I think you can't really knock that.
Great
Yeah, it's
deal,
awesome.
but
Four
I can't
games
bring
in
myself to buy the Mario Kart or the
Yeah.
WarioWare Touch, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of like,
I
I might
WarioWare-
buy the Donkey Kong, but not for the sake of.
I've never
buying
played
it.
Donkey Kong 64, so I think I will
I
download
would
that.
pick Donkey Kong out of any of them because right now I'm watching Game Grumps play Super Mario 64,
Yes.
so it kind of takes away from
Yeah.
the
I've been yeah, we've all been watching that.
experience. Yeah.
I've caught
I
up. so I'm
downloaded
finished.
Super Mario 64, and I got to say, playing it on the gamepad is really good.
Really?
Yeah, it
Fair enough.
just looks a lot. I don't know. It just looks smoother. It seems to play a lot. Well, it plays the same, but it's still.
You're not played on the TV then?
I've played it on the TV, but I'm just saying that on the gamepad, it looks really
No.
good. It works really
Yeah,
well.
just
so-
asking if you actually play on the TV
Yeah,
either.
yeah. Play it on the TV as well. Yeah.
And then 2 other titles due out are Yoshi's Island DS and Paper Mario for May.
Oh yeah,
Actually-
Paper Mario, I'll buy.
Paper Mario, I'm actually quite interested. Although
No,
like,
I'd probably get
have to get that.
Mario.
I've never played the Yoshi DS one, so I might
I think
have
I
to
did
look at
like
that.
ages ago, but I don't know how I felt about
Paper,
that.
Paper Mario is excellent.
I
Paper
only
Mario's
had,
different for me.
Thousand Year Door is better, but that one is
Yeah.
still a really good game.
I really like
Yeah, but
the Thousand
wasn't-
Doors, but go on.
Wasn't Family Door a GameCube game?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the sequel to
So that's
this
why
Yeah,
they
well,
need to
one.
release GameCube games on the eShop.
It will happen. Be patient.
I want to play Kirby.
You'd have to-
Kirby.
Super Mario Sunshine for 3DS.
No,
next
I'm
year.
actually desperate. I
I
want
played
to
that no
play.
longer.
I want to play Kirby Air Ride. I actually do.
Rogue Squadron.
Oh, I missed that so
really-
much.
Or at least make a sequel. Sequel?
I doubt they'll make a sequel.
I doubt it.
It's a shame, but
well, it
it never
depends-
really caught on for
Yeah.
some people.
Wind Waker 2 confirmed.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who not thinks, but I'm pretty sure at some point last year, Nintendo kind of said that we're not gonna expect like a big Mario game until like the next
Yeah.
gen or something stupid.
We've had 2, so
Yeah.
Not a major Mario game, as in like Mario Sunshine, Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy and
Mm.
whatnot.
So like.
I mean those type of Mario games.
But yeah,
Oh,
then
really?
we've also got more Wii games coming to Wii U, which again is sort of like the DS, which
Pandora's Tower.
yeah, like games like that I think is fine for having on
I
eShop. Not
didn't-
games like yeah.
I've never heard of Pandora's Tower. I don't know much
Yeah,
about
I
heard
it.
of
saw
it.
it in the shop. It's quite a strange one. I think it's this girl. Oh god, I can't remember the storyline. I think a girl's becoming a monster, and this guy's got to try and save her by climbing this tower
Yeah.
and getting something
Feeding
to
her
stop
like
her.
Monster Hearts or something.
Yeah,
That's
something
the
like
idea
that.
I'm getting.
That's
Fight-
out the 16th.
I'm reading the preview here, and it says, "Fight with your sword and magical chain in a race against
Ooh.
time."
Hmm.
Ooh. Okay,
Zelda then.
yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
However,
And then
the
you-
other game,
Sin and Punishment.
the original
Yeah.
for the 64, is a really good game. So I don't know what this one's like, but I might have a look. It's
That's out April 30th, I think.
yeah.
They're 13.49 for the first week. They're
Yeah.
launched, and they go back up to 17.99.
Okay, like they were for the other games like Metroid
Yeah,
Prime
yeah.
and Punch
They
Out.
should stick to games like that and sort of like Metroid Prime trilogy when it's sort of hard to find them. You know, so I hope they eventually do the original Xenoblade Chronicles as well. Because I would rather play that on.
That might be a good one to put on there, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
But
because like they're like £60
Because-
on Amazon.
because they've released it for the 3DS, I don't see it
Yeah.
happening anytime soon.
That's
but
true.
you know,
This is sort of try away. Like, oh, I could get this for cheaper. Moving
Project
on from-
Zero.
No, Shinigami Tensei, I
Oh, I
think.
missed that one. Okay.
This- Actually, like, I think a lot of people are complaining because it's a bit too anime. But I mean, I actually don't mind it.
This was
It
the one
does
with
a
all
bit.
the boobs, wasn't it?
I don't mind.
Anime's anime.
This is
I
very.
don't, I don't know.
this
I
is
don't
the
know. I
biggest
don't
surprise.
understand the whole two anime. It's anime.
I think
Anime's
it's based
anime.
around. I think it's based around the scenario. It's like, oh, they all go to school, but secretly it's this magic world
Yeah,
of fighting and
Um,
race
this is
cars
the
and
biggest surprise
giant
because
horses.
like when I was first trying, oh yeah, we have this new title for you. So oh, this is weird. It looks alright. And said, oh yeah, this is it. The big game. Like, wait, what are you talking about? And it was a feel that this was the crossover between Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem. Like,
Yeah.
what? No.
Jack's favorite game.
Yeah, that's very weird. But
It doesn't
very
make
interested
any
to see
sense
more.
to me.
because like the 5 I'm getting, like because I haven't played the Shin Megami Tensei.
At least
Game.
you're trying to get it pronounced right. You're doing
Sorry,
well.
man.
Shinigami Tensei.
You're doing well.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to attempt it. So.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm very interested to learn more. Yeah, I don't know.
Watch this space, shall we say with that one? I think.
Yeah.
Graphically, it looks brilliant, but
Yeah.
It looks gorgeous. It really does.
it depends on how well they're going to make it interesting enough to keep us to
Yeah.
really want to play it.
Well, they have my attention. I suspect more information will come at E3.
Mhm.
Do you think it will be released this year or next year?
I reckon the start of next year.
That's a good call.
If they can get it out before Christmas, they will. But I don't think it's going to
I
happen.
doubt that. I reckon
think
they'll make it good
it-
enough.
I would say either early 2016 or late 2015.
Yeah.
Because this
But
has
they
been in
announced
development
this.
for like about
Ages.
Yeah,
Back
for
in
2 years.
They're back in 2013 in E3.
Yeah, so, like-
so it's taking them ages.
Yeah, I think even before then, I would say like because I think it was first announced during like February or January.
Yeah.
Something back then. So it's been in development for a long time. So I think it could be ready for release this year, maybe.
I reckon if they want to make it really good, they're going to leave it to the start of next year. But
Possibly.
I
No,
reckon if they're going to make a good game, they're going to do that.
I wonder if it will be this year's big Wii U title. Possibly.
I doubt it.
I doubt it, but I mean, I don't know. Oh, moving
We'll
on
see.
is Project Zero.
It's a horror game, isn't it?
I kind of like how it was
Apparently-
introduced because
Apparently, this was a sequel to a game that was on the PS2.
It's something like that, yeah.
But I like how it's sort of
Fatal Frame
introduced.
or something like that. Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
Possibly.
At first, I thought it was going to be Amnesia,
Yeah.
but then they said Fatal
Fatal
Frame.
Frame, yeah.
Similar game.
But I like the way they used the gamepad as like a camera sort of thing.
Yeah,
That was
cool.
interesting. It's something different. So, maybe something they have used in a couple of other games, but it's
But
the
I
way
really
they're
did-
using it is different.
I really did like seeing Shabbat was scared because
Yeah, that was the
I
weirdest
actually found
thing.
that so funny.
And then his voice went all weird.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now I'm really freaked out.
Next
Continuing on with sort of
is
anime theme is Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Unusual, really.
3DS game, isn't it?
I
Yeah,
watched
because-
the first episode before we watched the direct, and I was really confused what was going on with it. And then they announced that they're going to have the first two
think
episodes on the
they
Wii U.
they attack Titans or something. They're
Attack
like
on
a
Titan.
team of people.
Yeah, I'm not going to even try explaining it.
Be careful
It's
what
like-
you say, because if Mickey's listening to this, he'll be headbutting his screen at the moment, shouting
Sorry,
it.
Mickey.
Really? Oh.
He probably already is.
Because like
Uh,
it is a big anime,
Well-
so like, that's why I kind of find it weird, especially where it seems to be a tie-in game. That's kind of weird, but I mean,
I do like that they put the first two episodes on.
yeah,
That was pretty
I
good.
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I'm pretty interested in getting it. I've already seen the whole series now,
Really.
and I actually really
It's
like.
good.
I actually really like that anime, so I'm actually looking forward to the second series that comes out next
It
year.
was weird, and I'll probably
And
watch the rest.
It's
of the
really weird.
series.
It is kind of weird, but it's really good watching. It's
But yeah,
a good anime to watch.
it's then again, it looks like a good game. It looks
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah.
Then we have Azure Strike Gunvolt, which
It's
is
a
Seems
character
quite
who controls
cool.
lightning or something.
yeah,
Looks kind of Mega Man-y.
yeah,
Lightning.
yeah.
Yeah, he controls electric and he
Yeah,
like,
it's like- of course it was
does
like,
different
"Pah!"
attacks.
Oh yeah, I saw this one. Yeah,
It kind of
Seems
looks like
quite
Mega Man,
interesting.
but
Yeah,
because you get the previous game with it, don't you? If you
Yeah.
buy the new one, kind of thing, which is another
Yeah.
good deal. So
yeah.
fair enough.
Deals.
Not
There's
really much more to
actually,
say about it.
There's a good handful of themes that came out today on the 3DS. One of them was Gumball.
Okay.
I think 3 themes are also going to be added when the game
Yeah,
comes out as
yes,
well.
yes, that was it. Yeah.
So that'll be
Isn't the
interesting.
game already out? Isn't it?
Is it?
It says
Uh,
Mighty
dunno.
Gunvolts to be.
I
Determined,
swear
so
they
I think
said
that's the
shortly
previous
after
one.
the direct.
I think the new one might be out already, and you can download the other one later on. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not 100% sure about that.
Box Boy is our next C-Shop title, which actually seems quite interesting.
Yeah, I've
I want to
heard
get that.
good things about this actually. A lot of people in the other Street Pass groups have already
Isn't it
purchased
by
it.
Game Freak? Or
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah,
By
Yeah,
Game
yeah.
Freak. Little box who duplicates himself.
Yeah, so
Pokemon people.
you use his extra boxes to reach higher platforms.
Yeah.
And then
it
you
looks
get-
interesting. So.
Yeah, you can get more boxes, and like you can use them as shields and stairs, and
Yeah.
you use them as paths, and it looks interesting. You get little costumes for your little boxy thing as well.
It was something different. So, yeah. Nice little puzzle game to play through. And
Yeah.
it worked well on the 3DS. I think it's quite a good.
I think they've kept it really simple and focused mainly on the puzzle, which is
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Next title is Pokemon Rumble World, which
We've
I
all been
yet to
playing.
play.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really good for a free game.
It's really good fun, especially if you played the other ones, and I think it's a step up, I'd
Well,
say.
Oh.
I've only played one of the other games briefly, and I've actually found this one quite fun. You start off quite early on with a little character, and then you go and fight other little toy character Pokemon and collect them as you go along. And there's lots of Street Pass features in it. There's lots of other little bits and pieces.
You can even change some of the main characters to be some of the people from your Street Pass as well.
Yeah.
I found that quite interesting. That was funny.
There's quite a lot of customization in it, but there's also the fast tracking, buying loads of diamonds again, sort of thing. But
Yeah, microtransactions.
we don't like it. But if you don't like it, don't use it, do you? So.
The thing
But then you can use your.
It's a trap.
I was going to say you could
It's a
use
trap.
your. You could use your play coins that you get from walking
Okay.
about to get. Yeah, you can. You can get free diamonds from people who pass through, and every 5 that pass through, you get an extra diamond. So
That's alright.
essentially, you can get loads of free diamonds. You just need to go for a walk.
Come to more Street Pass events and get loads of diamonds.
Exactly.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
I might
Pokemon
pick that.
Shuffle
Like,
has disappeared.
yeah. The thing that kind of boggers me though about this whole free to play thing, I don't see why. Well, I guess Pokemon Shuffle in a way, or no, I would say Pokemon Rumble World is more justified to be on 3DS than Pokemon Shuffle.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Wow. Yeah.
they're saying, well, fair enough, it's not Nintendo, but I mean, it is Pokemon. But I don't see why they just do it on mobile devices, at least as an additional
It must have
version.
been popular because they've already had 3 million downloads for Pokemon Shuffle, haven't they?
Yeah.
So it's definitely been popular. So.
Yeah.
But I suppose if you put free on something, everyone's going to download it, aren't they? So.
Yeah.
Apparently, I should have probably said this back in the first section, actually.
Okay.
And then I don't know if I should say it now, otherwise you'll probably just go, oh no, that's for another sector that we've got this.
That's all right. You go for it.
I saw it all spound up on Twitter the other day. There is 2 games announced for the whole Nintendo bringing out games for mobile devices.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, so far I've seen 2 games that are potentially announced for the mobile device.
Really?
Which the first one is Tamagotchi. No, not Tamagotchi. Fantasy Life 2
Oh,
yeah,
this
we did
level
see-
5
yeah.
thing, yeah.
Saw that. Yeah.
and Super Mario Rush.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, Mario runs. And you
It's-
just tap to make him
Oh,
jump.
Run.
don't
That
you?
was it.
I've
Run.
seen this
I swear
before.
it was
It's called
87.
Sonic Rush.
I swear
Have
it
you
was supposed
seen,
to be, like 2 and late and 7, no?
I haven't seen Layton 7 yet. Once, to be honest. The
I haven't heard of Mario Rush.
Layton could work
Fantasy Life
really
2
well. man.
and Mario Run are the only 2 I've seen on Twitter. There might have been a Layton one, but maybe it just didn't catch my eye a bit because I don't really play Layton games.
Mario Maker will make it.
Mario
to-
Run was basically there's a. It's funny because not both games. This game is actually very similar to a game that's already out. It's an indie game on the mobile phone, and basically all it is, you got Mario constantly running forward, and you just have to control him left and right to avoid
There's quite a lot of
pit holes and
copies.
stuff.
There's quite a lot of copies of that game. There's a Sonic one I know of and things like that. So yeah, it's easily done. I mean, the only other one we were saying previously it could work well on the mobile devices are like city builder games, like Animal Crossing could work well on
Yeah.
that. And Tamagotchi Life, things sort of style.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of people are mad about Tamagotchi. Go away, Tamagotchi. Right. A lot of people are mad about Fantasy Life
Yeah, I
the
did
Fantasy
see
Life
that
2 only be
really.
coming out on mobile and not coming out on the 3DS.
I
A lot of
guess
people are
so.
mad about that.
Mm.
Anyway,
So let's go to the next one.
Street
Yeah.
Pass V Plaza.
I have
Yay.
no concern really for.
I'm going to get both of those games just because it's on offer if you get both.
Yeah, Street Pass Fishing and Street Pass Zombies.
Just more Street Pass games to play.
Yay!
Street Pass Zombies
More
seems
Yeah, but-
finish.
interesting.
Zombies looks fun, I must
Yeah.
admit, but it
That's it for me.
might take a bit
I
too
kind of
long.
hope these Street Pass games will come under the same, like, Street Pass thing in the system.
Yeah,
I think
they
Because
are.
I'm my Street Pass things really full at the moment. I can't add another Street Pass game without deleting an old one, and I don't want to delete an old one because I still play them, and it's like
They'll probably do an update for it to
They are. They're
fit the
doing an
other two
update.
characters on there. Yeah.
they need to expand it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to expand it for an update.
Because with the update, they've got the VIP mode being added as well, so you can save people's birthdays on there.
Yeah, you record birthdays, and you can also keep Mii's in a special VIP room.
I find
Yeah.
that stupid.
I
Street
don't see the
Pass.
point.
No, I'm actually
For
being
pe-
serious. I see
for
no
people who
point in
like-
buying that.
Mm,
I really
But
don't.
they're all in your
Maybe-
plaza anyway.
I don't
Yeah.
think the VIPs you buy.
to be
I mean-
fair,
Oh.
I don't think you buy the VIP room.
it is
You
an
do?
extra. Yeah, you do.
You do?
It's a Street
Oh, I
Pass
thought it was
Premium.
I
Yeah.
thought it was just under the.
It's
Okay.
$4.49, as is the Fishing and Zombies. They're $4.49.
I don't
each,
know
or
if-
$7.49 together.
I don't know if saving your favourite Mii's means you can use them on each game, maybe every day, or something like that. But
I agree with Matt. It's a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
no
well,
point.
I'm not that interested.
we'll wait and
Well,
see what comes
450.
of it. But
450
yeah, it's a
is the
lot of
point.
money, to be honest, for it. But yeah.
450.
I'll buy the 2 games. That's it.
You're a bad friend if you can't remember someone's birthday. That's embarrassing.
This is if you
Well,
can't
yeah,
remember birthdays,
you're
this is
meeting random
perfect for you.
people.
Yeah.
But I'm sure everyone's got on Facebook anyway.
I've got Tom and Dutch Life to do that.
Yeah,
And I do
all other
actually mean
games,
Tom and Dutch Life, not Fantasy Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So, Puzzles and Dragons.
No concern, really. Nothing.
No comment.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not.
Oh.
Sam,
Oh.
save me.
Well, I don't know. I don't really have much interest for it.
Yeah.
There's a Mario version as
Okay,
well,
okay,
which
put it
I don't know
this
would
way
draw me in,
Put it
but
this way.
That,
How much have we played Pokemon Shuffle?
I'm actually
This
more.
is the same game.
The weirdest
yeah,
thing is,
I'm.
right, is that I'm more drawn into like the normal one, Puzzles and Dragons Z, than I am to the Mario Brothers edition. Because Mario Brothers edition just seems like
The cop-out version, really.
yeah,
It's not-
because like if
It
you
kinda
look on
seems a
like
bit
the actual
babyish.
box art, those are not original images. Those
No.
are those are images that I have seen before.
It's to
All
try and
the
get
time.
people into it, though, isn't it? But
Yeah,
it's,
but still, I find that so lazy that I can't even just do.
I think they've used them for Mario Party
But they-
or something.
if you
Yeah,
do,
like, just a lot of different stuff.
if you do want to find out more about Puzzles and Dragons, the Mario edition there's a demo coming to the eShop soon.
Yeah, so I might try that. But
Yeah, I'll try the
Comes out-
demo if we like it. We might have a look. But,
I think the game comes out May 8th.
But we've got
Yeah.
Pokemon Shuffle for free, so is there much point? That's the thing. It's
Sure.
so similar. It's
I fell for the Pokemon Shuffle trap. I ain't going for that one as well. I swore blind I will not play that game,
Oh,
and
right.
we've got this lot.
So
And now I'm
who's
playing it
going to take the
constantly.
next one? Because I have no
Codenamed
whatsoever.
Steam is the
not one.
next.
I played the demo of it.
Yeah, I really want to get this.
It's
this is
okay,
probably,
but
like,
it'll be a game that I play for like 10 minutes, and then I probably end up just straying off
Really?
it.
There was some good things in. I mean, multiplayer could be interesting.
Multiplayer could
Maybe
be.
1-on-1.
I
but-
don't think the giant robot battles sold well with like people that I think that.
Yeah, it did look a bit
But I
bad,
think
to be
just the
honest.
other modes were okay. But like, I was completely turned off about this part in the direct because.
I think because it's of the Fire Emblem and Advance Wars sort of makers, it did seem a little bit slow still to play
Yeah.
through it.
Well, I mean, we are getting an update that speeds up the enemy turns.
Oh, okay. So that could work,
that's
make it
nice.
work better.
I
Yeah,
think that was like a major point people drew back the game on.
because
Because
the load times on it were a little bit like, okay, we're waiting ages for nothing, and I don't really understand what's going on. But yeah, it's an interesting game, and I probably will pick it up.
I'll probably get it like days when I get money after Splatoon stuff.
And then there's Fire Emblem extras coming on for the
I am
amiibos.
very excited for the new Fire Emblem.
Yeah, due to
Yeah, Fire
so
Emblem.
happy.
Fire Emblem.
I don't know what. I just find it so. I just love the idea of how you're gonna pick sides.
Yeah, there's two clans, isn't there? And you have to
Yeah.
choose a side. It's either the side that have pride and who are fighting to recreate this new land, or the other side where they're your family and you're defending this honor and this.
It's either going to be your bloodline, your true family, or your loyalty in the family you were brought up with.
Which one has the blue hair and swords?
Wait,
I
what?
believe that's the side with.
I was joking, Sam.
I was thinking of the actual.
Sam,
No, I was
you'll
thinking of the
seriously
video.
break Jack.
I was thinking of the video. Sorry,
Okay.
but there was a girl. I'm sure she had.
There was a
like,
girl for one side who looked like the sort of Japanese geisha sort of girl was like thing. That's what I remember.
Did she have purple hair?
Maybe.
That's the one I
That's
was
the reason I'm going for Nor. No joke.
And the other dude looked like a samurai, basically. So I was like, okay.
Also, with this one, your main character you create is not the secondary character to the main protagonist. You are the protagonist this time. So
you caused the trouble.
But
I'm very
apparently,
excited
from what I
for
understand from Mickey from our group, he said that the main character also has some sort of dragon magic or something, like turns into a dragon.
As well.
Shut up!
I'd rather trade this in for another Advance
Catering
Wars.
to everyone.
I actually just like the looks of the main characters. Like that's the male and female version. I think they look really cool. I like the black and white aesthetic they seem to have, and that ties in with like the whole theme because it's even.
To be fair, the video did look good, but
it looks
I won't buy it.
gorgeous.
I won't buy
Like
it.
no joke, it is. Like, yeah,
That's all Jack can say. The video looks great.
I was trying to give a positive. I was trying not to be negative.
Fair
So-
Just the video.
I
You
really
at least
hope
like
they'll-
it goes.
Yeah,
At least try.
Yeah.
The gameplay looked crap.
I really hope there are more CG cutscenes now because there was only like about 12, I think, in Awakening, and that really disappointed me. Because that was gorgeous, and then we got another one for the Smash trailer.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are asking for the new Lord characters for Smash now. I think in the Smash ballot, another Fire Emblem character.
Jack's worst nightmare. More fire.
I'll tell you what. I don't mind Shovel Knight not going in as long as either Andy, Max, or Sammy from Advance Wars go in to Smash now. So yeah, done.
We've moved on.
We've done.
But
Cool.
yeah, but the thing I'm wondering about Fire Emblem is that are you gonna have the marriage thing again? Because I think that's one of the big points that
Marriage.
Yeah, because like in Awakening, there was like the support feature where you'd pair up with people and then you could do more attacks in one go.
Yeah,
And then
you
like
could
if
do
it's
that.
of the opposite gender or a specific person.
There was a similar thing in Sacred Stones, I remember. But, yeah, it's not quite as.
But yeah, if
in-depth,
you reach
but-
S rank, that means you marry them and then.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that'll make it a bit more special, really, in a way. So I wouldn't mind that returning, but then again, I wouldn't mind it not returning. You know, I just want. At least
I
a
don't mind
support
it not
feature.
returning.
Just, but there are two things, right? The first is that Japan are getting it this summer, I think.
Oh,
And we're getting it. Yeah, they're getting it this summer, and then we're getting it in 2016. Which you see is fine, and that's sort of typical of games like this.
well, that's just Japanese translation. Because it's a very text heavy game.
Yeah,
This is what I was
exactly,
saying about Mother 3 with Jason the other day. It's just
Yeah.
it does take a lot to translate these games
Yeah.
into English.
I like
And
Xenoblade Chronicles X. That's
yeah,
only,
but doesn't Fire Emblem use actual audio dialogue?
not a lot of it. There is a lot of text normally.
like
That's going to take more time. When it
Yeah.
comes to texting, the text dialogue in GBA games, they're the most easiest things to change.
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know.
Just
'Cause
get-
I'm not Japanese,
Wait,
and I'm not.
here's the other thing.
You don't mean Japanese. It's just that's how people make fan-made translation programs for the games. You know, there is already a English translation for Modern 3.
Just
you can
chuck it in Google Translate. It'll be all right.
Yeah, or you just do
How
that.
it
Yeah, that'd be
translates,
easier.
yeah.
But here's the thing, right? I think Japan are getting two versions of the game. Like, one is for
Are
one
they?
side, the other's... I swear it.
I've heard
know.
rumours about that, yeah.
I don't like
That's what
that
makes
idea.
it.
Oh,
I
Nintendo's rubbing his hands. More money.
I thought the two sides in the game was just how you played in the game.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
I
like,
have-
I must
I
And
admit,
playing what
like-
parts you take in the game is what those two sides were. That's how I saw it anyway.
I must admit, I thought it was one title, but I could see it happening being two titles, definitely. So
Fire Emblem Red and Fire
Fire
Emblem Blue.
Emblem if...
It'd be like a whole new Pokemon game. What?
how many games have done that now on the DS and Game Boy games? It's mental. With Pokemon starting off and that. But
Where's
Anyway.
the next one?
next one, Animal Crossing.
Animal
I,
Crossing Happy Home Designer.
Yeah.
No,
And
no.
And the cards are a bit of a cop-out, really.
Yeah.
It's because they're so much more cheaper to make than
They are
any.
cheaper to make, and there are a lot of Animal Crossing characters.
From what I understand, you use the cards to help build a home for that particular character, and they
Yeah.
want specific themes and things.
Yeah. So
Yeah, just I'd much rather just have an Animal Crossing game for the Wii U. That'd be great.
I think we all do. I think that comes out in autumn, from what I understand.
Cards.
we
and the
might
oh,
be pleasantly surprised, but we never know. But
and-
I doubt.
And at the same time, the reader will come out for Amiibos so that you can use them on the old 2DS and
yeah,
3DS.
that was the
Yeah.
bigger announcement of that. Yeah.
I think that was the
I
bigger
think-
point of it.
That would be due out later this year.
It's good to see.
Well,
that
Just
there's-
because like all the updates are already out and stuff, so we're pretty much set for it. They just need to be.
It's good
Yeah.
to see that there's now more 3DS titles with the Amiibo compatibility coming out. That's the only thing I can really say with that. Is because at the moment we've got Smash Bros. And that's pretty much it. That's the thing.
I don't know. I kind of like I actually got round to playing Toe Trackers with the Toad Amiibo now.
Yeah, but I mean on the
I actually
3DS
quite like
shows.
that additional. Oh, 3DS. Yeah, that's Smash is the only one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just
Move
like
on to the
continuing on
next
from
bit.
like, I know this is late, but like, I just found on Nintendo Life that Fire Emblem does have two copies of the game. Like, one is for one side and one is for the other.
Oh, okay.
But like, here's the thing.
We'll have to wait and see when it's fully confirmed.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
Well, like, both of you simply must have each. Sorry, but
So are we on to the biggest announcement of the lot of it? Or-
No.
Yes, the
oh.
Mario Kart.
no.
Yeah.
Not the best
What?
way to end Direct. It was good, but not the best way to end.
Hey.
in my opinion. Yeah.
What?
But
I don't know.
What?
I don't. What?
I don't think we all know what we're on about now, do we?
Well,
Right, should we just
Uh,
right.
I was going to say it's the DLC pack.
The DLC
Yeah.
pack for Animal
Yeah, and I
Crossing
added on saying
on
not the
Mario
best
Kart
way
8.
to end the Direct. And then everybody was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I think some people think of something else, but I think we should start with the DLC
I-
pack.
Start with the DLC pack and we'll go
Yeah,
from there.
but like, I'm kind of sad that like they're on a shot off one track with like release date so close as to like
Yeah.
next.
It's a
I
teaser,
don't
though.
mind that though. I liked to only see
I
a little bit
like to
of
have a
it and then
surprise.
Yeah,
It
I
was not
agree.
surprised that it's early now in like about 2 weeks.
Hmm.
So that's nice.
Yeah, 23rd of May it's due.
It's always
Yeah.
good when you get things earlier than expected, definitely.
Exactly.
21st of May. What? Hang on. What?
It's coming out in April,
Oh,
not May.
I typed the
I was
wrong
going to
thing
say,
there.
yeah, it got
Ah.
pushed forward.
My fault.
Yeah. Sam.
So what do you think of the DLC tracks that was shown? The Animal Crossing one there. It
It
was
looks quite cool.
Mr.
Changes
Rossetti
the season.
jumping in the middle.
Yeah.
The season
do
changing.
like-
It's good. Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah, I do like the season change. That's kinda cool.
Did you see like the live performance? Well, not live performance, but did you see Mario Kart 8 band performing the
Oh yeah, because they
track?
did the.
Yeah. Did you also notice that like the music changes each season?
Yeah,
So
it
in the
does.
summer
Oh, I didn't know
season-
that.
Yeah, summer
Okay.
season you have a remix based on New Leaf.
Okay.
Autumn you have a remix based on the theme from Wild World.
Okay.
I would say summer would be
The
Let's
city
Go
one.
See Then, yeah.
Yeah,
And
then
then
the other one.
spring is based off of the original one, which I
Oh,
think is
okay.
a really cool touch, really.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
It's
I think
nice that
random.
they've
Cool.
remade it just for Mario Kart as well. The actual music.
Yeah.
That's a nice little touch, definitely.
Mm.
Yeah.
Rather than just rehashing the music from the older game, it just give it something extra.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
with the,
I like to see all the characters around the whole track. That was quite nice as well.
Yeah.
And
They pretty much did it with the Zelda one and
they
the
did. They
SEO
did with
one.
most,
They
with most of
remixed
them in
the
there, to be
song.
honest. Yeah, but
I actually do like the Hyrule Circuit track. It's one of my favourite.
yeah.
I think we usually.
Best thing about that was they changed all the coins into rupees. I thought that was the best thing of the track.
I think,
I thought that was amazing.
The coins in Animal Crossing track are actually bells, because if you notice,
They are
Yeah.
actually bells. I
Yeah.
did try to find this, but I couldn't see
yeah,
it.
I haven't noticed that my first time. It was only after listening to a discussion from Game Explain. I noticed it. But yeah, it looks like a cool track. I'm a bit sad that we didn't see more tracks, because there's some.
I think we're all going to crash into the trees and have apples fall on our heads, though, aren't we?
I actually love that. It's just like a general, and then villager just ran straight into the tree.
What do you think of the new characters and the carts? And
So you got Isabelle, you got 2 villagers, and you got Dry Bowser.
it's
We
nice
saw
to
none of
get an
them.
extra character, as in like a female and a male.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice
Mm.
in there.
Yeah,
Looks-
you got like a pink hair.
we weren't mentioned before.
You got like a tomboyish.
Yeah.
Not tomboyish, but
I still kind of get the feeling they should have had more variation of villages. That's just me.
I don't think they
Yeah.
are.
like
Like
more
with the other
variations
one.
and
Because
stuff.
we've got the 8 in Smash as well, so I can see
I don't know,
why.
because like they are different models, because like the ones in Smash are like based off the old games, the
Yeah,
villages
yeah.
and Mario Kart based off New Leaf.
But,
But yeah, I wouldn't mind just having just the 2. But yeah, it looks great, and then we've also got 200cc.
Oh, you're missing one other thing.
You missed-
before you go
I'm
there.
gonna-
Wait, what?
you missed the amiibo costumes.
The amiibo costumes.
No, I missed it.
Mega Man, Pac-Man,
Oh, I missed.
Sonic, Toad, Wario, Villager, Rosalina, Bowser, and Olimar.
I
I'm
know
so
like a
happy
lot of
I've
people
got
like.
the Toad one.
Is there a Toad one?
There's a Toad one.
Yeah, there's a Toad one, yeah. And I've got the Toad amiibo, so I'm so happy I got that now.
I heard
Well, I was
like a
already
lot of
happy, but-
people like when they were talking about it, it's like, oh, I need a Pac-Man amiibo just for the costume.
Yeah, the Pac-Man
That
one was
looks
good.
so cool, actually. I actually want it
Where
now.
It
His head's
was
moving.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm
And-
gonna have to borrow some amiibos.
I did like the
'cause
Sonic
there's
one.
a few I'm missing.
The
A
Sonic
couple
one
I'm
was
missing
really
a
good as well. I did like the Sonic one.
Yeah, I could get the Mega Man, Sonic, and Villager.
Oh yeah, Mega Man as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
That one seems quite nostalgic.
Do you reckon they'll add extras in the future of those costumes?
I reckon they
or-
will.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I'm sorry, I'm still looking out for proper arenas, battle arenas.
Yeah,
that's
they
what
need
I'm
to do something to
I think
battle.
that was the thing many people were hoping for, was that that was the big announcement I think people were talking for, instead of 200cc.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I was sat there watching it through, and I was like, battle arenas, battle arenas, battle arenas. And then it got to the point where it says, I've got one more announcement, battle arenas, 200cc. Shit.
But yeah, like I don't really play battle that much, but I would actually like a proper battle mode, because that would make a lot of people happy. And
We need a Wii U gamepad level to be battling on top of,
oh yeah, that's true.
and a new 3DS one, I guess. But
But yeah, just general thoughts on 200cc. Like, it's free. I think it's quite cool.
It looks amazing.
It adds more content, and that's what I like at the end of the day. You know, it's not
The
just
speed
some
is unreal. The difference between the two.
I'm
They're
going to
comparing
die
150
so
and 200.
quickly.
I wonder if they're just gonna, if on like the official account or something, they're gonna have, like a me dressed up in the Sonic, and the text reads, "You're too slow."
Yeah, definitely.
I want that to happen now. Like,
Yeah,
you're
do
too
it.
slow.
Do it.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
But yeah, I think the fact that it's opened up so many other shortcuts now,
Yeah.
which you wouldn't even thought about using before because it was just you're not going to hit that.
Yeah.
Really, really good. However,
I only discovered like what CC meant until recently. Really, I didn't realise it meant speed. I only thought it
engine
meant.
size, yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm very excited for 200 CC.
I'm excited for it. However,
I'm really scared.
Rainbow Road stages are going to be a
Oh,
nightmare.
Especially like the SNES Rainbow Road.
SNES Rainbow Road is going to be
Oh.
awful.
God, I'm going to be.
We're
all going to be raging.
I already
we'll be
used
like,
brakes as it is to stop on that level, so.
There was
what
a brake
else?
button.
I think that's pretty much covered the whole direct.
That's the whole thing, yeah.
I think so, yeah. And when do you think? I think the next time we'll hear about it will probably be in summer because there won't be another one until after E3.
I don't think until.
Yeah, I was going to say, E3's
maybe
very
a
close.
mini,
That's
maybe a
in June.
mini direct, or maybe a game focused direct. Like Splatoon definitely needs these.
There's so many games coming out from between now and like, the end of May. That
Yeah, you've got.
I don't think there'll be any until June, to be honest. But
yeah, you got. Yeah, yeah.
like you said with Splatoon, there might be a mini one for Splatoon, but
yeah, like in similar veins to Mario Kart or Bayonetta 2 or something. That kind of direct.
They have done directs
they did mini
based
ones before,
on
didn't they?
one
Oh yeah,
game.
they have
Yeah.
done Xenoblade X.
But I think we're not going to hear any more big news until E3 now.
Yeah, no more big news. Maybe
I think
Smash
that's-
news, maybe.
So what was everyone's overall thought of the direct? What are you most excited about?
Well, for me, I obviously before it was on, there was a huge thing about this German leak going out.
Yeah, so
I'm quite glad that was not all right because I was stupid enough to look for it, and I was like, I've kind of spoiled it for myself now.
yeah.
And then when it actually came on, a lot of it was wrong. A lot of it was.
I think the only thing they actually got right looking at it was the 64 games coming on there, but.
Yeah,
A
but
lot,
then again,
yeah.
that's like,
I think all of it was just good guesswork.
Yeah.
Pretty good guesswork, but I'm quite glad that I managed to watch the direct and still be surprised with all the new stuff that was coming out. You know, I had no idea of Lucas. I had no idea of like.
They still know
Amazing.
how to do surprises from it. Yeah, definitely. It's still good enough to show off things and keep your interest in it. Definitely.
yeah. Yeah, that's like 1 hour and 20 minutes roundabout. That's longer than our last main discussion.
We're getting longer and longer. It must have been
Yeah.
difficult. There was 4 of us this time, and then it was quite a big one to cover. So.
Spent like the first 20 minutes talking about Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Evans for Smash and
Mark Evans for Smash.
Yeah.
Isaac.
I
I think Toad should, because there's already a Toad amiibo.
Yeah.
Shovel
That'll be
Knight.
rogue. We should just stop this. We're
We're not going to get anywhere with it. We're just saying Shovel Knight. So.
We should just end this now and move on. So this is the final section of the podcast, which is sort of mishmash of things. First, we just share stuff that we want to talk about, that we may have found around the internet, something to do, or something to look out for. I don't think I've told Sam or Jason about this before, because like, I don't know, but for me, I was just looking at Awkward Zombie. I think it's a she. I don't know. But basically, Awkward Zombie is a sort of series of web comics.
Okay.
Very enjoyable. A lot on Nintendo related. You got Smash Bros. You got Pokemon stuff. A good amount of Zelda stuff as well. They're very funny. Just go through. Especially in the Smash Bros. Runs. They're quite funny. That's my pick for community.
Random stuff to look at.
Yeah, just random stuff to look at. That's what this section is about, really.
Cool.
Just
I don't really know what to suggest, but I suggest you should all go on our Facebook page and like us on there. And
let's just skip to that. Yeah.
On Street Pass Southampton, make sure we tell them what Facebook page it is.
Well,
Jack.
there's Street Pass Southampton, which is a Street Pass group part of the Street Pass UK, which is over
Awesome people.
awesome people with over 50 around the whole country now. There's normally
Really?
going to be a group around over 50, yeah. So there's going to be a group near you if you have a look on the website on streetpassuk.co.uk. Have a look, see if you want to join in. All loads of 3DS fun and Wii fun, competitions and all sorts going on.
Yep.
I know our next event has been delayed to the end of this month, but we're doing a training session against Street Pass Pompey, which is going to be a very interesting one.
We get more practice in.
We need more practice because we are
We need
rubbish. But we're playing like Smash Bros.
We need to
Mario Kart.
scare them.
Yeah, I'm just like false pretenses. Don't tell them. If we tell them we're rubbish, we might win. But
You get beaten by like a shoal.
Shh! Don't talk about that.
We don't talk about the Black Era.
I guess you weren't really feeling it that much then.
As well as Street Pass Southampton, you can check out the End Podcast system on Twitter and Facebook because we're amazing and you should follow us.
You could. This is mainly will probably be on YouTube. This may be on Tumblr. I need to sort that out. But bearing in mind, I still have to do exam work and stuff.
we're working on trying to get onto iTunes if possible. That is, there's a lot in the background.
Currently now it's on YouTube. You could always leave comments. But
Leave comments on YouTube.
Likes, I guess dislike if you want, but I
No,
appreciate.
don't do that.
Well, if they're honest.
At least tell us if you dislike it and why.
Yeah, like,
Click the dislike
give us-
button.
Yeah, give
And
us
Yoshi dies.
Give us feedback.
Yeah, give us suggestions for what we want, for what you want.
And thank you for everyone who's watched it so far or listened to it.
About a good 20 people.
We're on. There's about 80 views between the two, so yeah, we're doing alright.
alright.
So yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad.
At least 50 of them were me, but
It's a refresh.
joking.
No, but especially on this podcast, I would especially like to thank Sam and Jason for coming on the podcast. And would you two like to be part of the group?
Yes.
Making it official.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Would you like to stay on the podcast?
That was. I would want it to be more epic.
I really,
Maybe.
I really don't mind.
Don't mind.
Really,
We'll see.
it's a laugh. It's funny.
You enjoyed it?
Yep.
Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yep.
New friends.
Yay! Podcast friends.
So I think that more or less wraps it up for.
So we said earlier, well, you can find us all on Twitter. Gawny7789. Only Baloney is Jason. Sam Spade is Sam's. With
Yep, Sam Spade UK.
UK. And we could follow Matt if you really want to, I suppose.
A
Skibbo. So go and do that as well.
Yeah, so just keep up and have fun playing Nintendo. Bye.
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 Bye.